Well, last night it didn't rain, but there was an on-site robbery. Last night our awning was zipped up, but this morning, oh look, it's wide open. Now, we don't leave much in the way of valuables in our awning, but my shoes got stolen. It wasn't just money they were after, anything that wasn't nailed down. But the neighbours were not quite as lucky. I mean, they had quite a few bits of clothing missing. Not the push bikes, as you can see there, but some other bits.
You have to remember with this site that it's right on the edge of a city. It's rather municipal in its feel. So although vehicles are restricted through ANPR, anyone can walk in and out of this site unnoticed. And it's highly likely that's what happened here.
Well, welcome back. Now, what trip to Belgium would not be complete without a trip to go and see Ypres, or Ypres, depending on how you want to spell it.
So we set off on an hour-long drive to Ypres, and we've learnt before, because we've been here before, you can park quite easily on the outskirts for nothing. So do a little bit of research. Here we are. We were just a few minutes walk from the centre.
And so we headed for the In Flanders Fields Museum. As you can see by these pictures, during the war, there was not a lot of it left. But there was a massive rebuilding campaign, and this museum is fantastic.
To get into the museum on this day, you had to walk through a flower market because flowers appear to be a really big thing here, which did make the entrance very, very pretty. Once inside, well, enough said really. It will humble you when you truly think about the impact of war.
And also some incredibly fascinating facts. I mean, they just spend ages at the bit where they have bits of pictures of tunnels and what was in them when they created the tunnels. You remember the British went underneath the German tunnels and blew it all up?
One of the most sobering exhibits in the museum is a cut through of a tree which fell naturally in the 1990s. It was over 200 years old, and within its trunk you can see there are black marks, and those are the marks of war.
And included in the fee, in the middle of the museum itself, they've restored the clock tower, to which you can climb all the way to the top. So we did. Just when you think you finished, there's even more. Isn't that right?
I got my breath, don't talk to me. I'm lucky to have got this far.
Haven't you done the climb? Up there, by the way.
And believe me, these bloody bells are really deafening when they go off. And you think you've reached the top, but you've not. There's more stairs to go in order to get that bird's eye view of Ypres.
Where's the map? Welsh Cemetery.
It's this wrong way round. So that part is there. So the Welsh Cemetery must be behind that tower.
Yeah, because there's the early wind turbines on the horizon. It's the wrong way. Oh, I see.
So Welsh Cemetery must be there.
One. Well, that's got a padlock on it, so it can't be that way. Dunno. Look at that view. That's the market, that's the way in.
Yeah. The Manning Gate, what is?
Where?
It's all covered up there.
Oh yeah.
Tere. Recht voor je, naar het gebouw.
Hier op is dat mama.
Wacht.
And after a leisurely clamber to the top of the tower and a quick whiz round looking at everything, we decide to make our way slowly back down. In fact, it's not slow, it's much quicker on the way down, but it was great fun. When we get down from the tower, there's still a fair amount of the museum to see, and then we head down to look at the Menin Gate.
Well, we come all this way. No, maybe not. But it's actually all in scaffolding. They're tarting it up. So are we going to hang around for the last post?
No, because the Wiltshire Regiment Memorial is this side, I remember.
Yeah.
Took us ages to find it, but if you can look, even that's all blocked off. So probably no, they probably do it either where those poppers are or here. We have seen it before, and it is very moving. But it is now, the time is now Belgian time, just after 5 o'clock. That means we've got to wait here for 3 hours.
Which is not so bad if the shops are open, but it's bank holiday Monday and they're all closed.
Yeah. So my feeling is, let's head back to the car.
Yeah, okay.
Get to it along the river.
No, it's on the, you have to get on that side.
Oh, okay.
But before we make the 1 hour drive back, we thought we'd just quickly stop and have a little bite to eat. And opposite the museum is a nice little restaurant. Now it's another day. You find us back at the Gent train station and just about to board a train to Antwerp. Well, here we are on the station. You might be able to see a train down there. There's also a train up the top there. And we came from the basement, and I just point my phone over this barrier. And you can see down there's another train track. It's quite a huge place. Anyway.
And as it turned out at Antwerp, this is really the prettiest building. There was a bit of blue sky, very, very briefly. We headed down the main shopping mall, and frankly, after about an hour, couldn't wait to get back on the train and leave.
Unless, of course, you're into diamonds, there's plenty of them shops. Oh, did we mention it? Shops again. Now, the rain did briefly stop, and, you know, chocolate shops absolutely everywhere. But then in the middle of shopping, you end up with modular architecture that just appears from nowhere. Or if you fancy a bit of Christianity, these architecture things just appear, obviously flanked by 2 bins. But yeah, that's odd. Now, at this point, I'm not going to say anything about Fiona's cooking, but anybody fancy a burger?
Sod off. Burn something once, pay for it for 25 years.
Well, I've lifted up the little carpet we have, the domestic carpet. We've went on top of this lot because there's water coming through underneath. And then I had a look outside, and now you can see why. Last night it rained a lot. Now, I suppose we're lucky in one sense that we've only got another day and then we're off. But as you can see, lots and lots of water. Still not completely flooded around there, but it is around here. Look, pictures not good. Well, I suppose that guy managed to get his caravan off. He was just hooking it up. Not good. And just look at this. What do you think then? Need to book?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I'm quite glad we're going home Saturday.
Yes. I did say that, we only got a day and a bit to go.
Yeah. I have to say, who in their right mind would keep pitches open on a caravan park that look like this? I mean, in the UK, it just wouldn't happen. I mean, thank goodness me and Steve brought our wellies. And several people have been caught out because if you see these concrete strips on, so you can't even see them there. You can see them on roughly on ours, 2 concrete strips. Some people ignored those and put their unit on the grass and immediately got stuck in the mud, because you can see it's at least, that mud is a foot deep. Horrendous.
Well, we're leaving in the morning. So as you can see, I've lifted all the tiles up from the floor. But anyway, take the pegs out. So all this is now loose. And obviously it comes off the front end, but I want to keep it off the ground. So it's going straight onto that table. I'll wait for the wife to get back to give me a hand with that. Let me just show you the other end. Moved a couple of these, gives a bit more. Yeah, nice and wet, isn't it? So I reckon there is a little bit more room. If I moved that right over to the edge, then that might fit, should fit on there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the van round, hook it up to the car, and as you can see with this guy, it's straight out there. The entrance is a little bit tight, but I'm sure if I keep it to the edge, he ain't kept his right to the edge, but he could. Let's see where that there's a motorhome service point just over there where they obviously empty stuff. I want to get more onto the road than that. Well, that's that done. That's the outer shell of it down. The only bits left now is that T-shape. If I had to show you that. God, it's really boggy around here. Anyway, right. So that's all that's left. Just those two. All the sides are down. All the beams are down. They're down. So the only one that's left is that top one, which in effect is how you put it up in the first place anyway. So now it's a case of getting it down to the side of the caravan. Yeah, okay. And there we go, she's down. So we put her on that table, that's not too bad. I'll give it a clean, roll it up. The awning will go in the car, which is just over there actually in this quagmire, but the poles are going under the bed because they don't weigh very much. Wonderful. There we go, hydraulics up, motor moves on, then I'll disconnect the power, then we can turn it around. Well, there we are. We're all done.
Yeah.
And we're all spun round. And guess what has just appeared? That wouldn't be the sun out there, would it?
Oh, yeah. Well,
But that's how it was when we got here.
Yeah.
Some would say
that we both worked hard this morning. I was mainly in an advisory capacity.
Some would say
that we both worked hard to change a caravan around this morning, so we're ready to go Saturday morning. And I was very, very supportive in an advisory capacity.
No, actually, you did help.
I did help.
But it's round the right way.
He doesn't say that when we're not recording, just so you know. He gets ratty.
That's because I end up doing everything wading around in the mud on my own.
Yeah, I know, but we can't both be muddy, otherwise I'll be in and out like blooming horse drawers with you, you know, wellies on, wellies off, wellies on, wellies on.
But it's our last day, it's just after lunch.
So we're going to the Coran Market, which is the old part of Ghent. We'll have a very late lunch, a bit of a wander, and then we'll be back for our last evening.
Yeah.
and then we'll be heading home to hopefully better blooming weather than we've had here. Though I think there's a
No,
storm.
there's a storm. It's, maybe
How
not.
typical is that?
Yeah, figures. Never mind. Well, we hope you enjoyed waiting around in the mud with us. Next time you can see us on our final film on the way back home. But in the meantime, please remember to like, subscribe and hit that little bell.